Man United will face more competition in their interest of Harry Kane, following reported interest from another major club. Kane has been in terrific form for Bayern Munich this season, netting 10 goals already for Vincent Kompany's side. Kane's latest brace against Chelsea in the Champions League saw him surpass David Beckham's record for the most goal involvements by an Englishman in the competition. The 32-year-old has played 58 times in the competition and scored 42 goals and provided 11 assists across his time with both Spurs and Bayern Munich. However, despite his crucial performance, he continues to be linked with a move away, as Football Insider revealed Man United are among clubs interested in Kane should he be allowed to leave Bayern. Now, a recent report has suggested that competition for the England captain is intensifying, with another European giant entering the race. According to Spanish outlet El Nacional, Barcelona are the latest club to show interest in Kane, as they see him as the immediate replacement for Robert Lewandowski. As speculation around Kane gathers pace, a key player at the club continued to be linked with a move away, as Newcastle remain interested in Kobbie Mainoo. However, Football Insider revealed Man United are unwilling to sanction Mainoo's departure, reflecting their summer stance. Mainoo pushed for an exit during the summer, but the club stood firm and refused to let him leave without securing a replacement. Amid Newcastle's interest, it seems as if the Red Devils' stance is unlikely to change come the winter transfer window. Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane could return to the Premier League as early as the January transfer window, according to reports, with Manchester United thought to be keen on a deal to bring him back to the English top flight after 2 years in the Bundesliga, where he continues to score goals galore. The Red Devils have seen their attacking ranks bolstered massively this summer, with the signings of Wolverhampton Wanderers' Matheus Cunha, Brentford star Brian Buemo and RB Leipzig youngster Benjamin Sesko costing almost £200 million to signal their intent for a European finish at the very minimum. But more could be splashed next summer, with suggestions that United are keeping a close eye on his situation at the club. The report by Football Insider states that United are keeping a close eye on Kane's situation at Bayern Munich, despite recently signing Sesko from Bundesliga rivals Leipzig, as they plan to act upon their long-term interest in the England all-time top scorer. Kane, who is 32 years of age, has a supposed release clause in his £420,000 a week contract, which will become active in 2026, with an initial value of £56 million in January being enough to activate such a deal. United are aiming to take advantage of that deal with a move for the Three Lions legend, as Ineos see him as a major target and thus have marked him as a possibility signing in the upcoming transfer windows. Although a move this summer has been ruled out, his availability next year could spark a bid, especially with Kane thought to want to return to the Premier League, as he has one eye on breaking Alan Shearer's all-time record in the division in terms of goal scoring. Kane is the second highest goal scorer in the competition's history, having notched 213 goals in just 317 games for Tottenham Hotspur, as well as 3 outings for Norwich City. But he is still 48 goals behind Shearer's 260, and time will be running out after turning 32 in late July. He's shown no signs of slowing down in his striker exploits with Bayern, having scored 85 goals in 96 games since his move to Germany 2 years ago. But coming into United's ranks alongside Sesko could be the ideal move for Ruben Amorim to take United back into the Champions League spots. Any move would likely see Rasmus Højlund move on, if he can't secure a transfer away from the club this summer, as well as Joshua Zirkzee, who also struggled to be prolific last season. The England skipper, who has netted 8 goals in 4 games this season, could be available for the cut price fee next summer if he confirms the move with the Bundesliga champions this winter, according to German outlet Bild. Rumors suggest that the ex-Tottenham Hotspur star may seek to end his stint at the Allianz Arena next summer. Despite being contracted until 2027, he could be available for £56.8 million. The 32-year-old is reportedly eager for a Premier League comeback after the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and Manchester United are said to be potential suitors. This comes despite Ruben Amorim's revamp of his attacking lineup, with Benjamin Sesko, Brian Buemo and Matheus Cunha all joining for larger fees than what Kane might be available for. Karen Carney's age, job and family life as she stars on Strictly Come Dancing. Coronation Street Becky Swain's real motive for return exposed, and it's heartbreaking. Spurs, however, may also be interested, given their first option agreement from when they facilitated Kane's transfer to Germany in 2023. At that time, United withdrew from the race for Kane's signature, allowing Bayern to secure his services. Kane is still reportedly keen to surpass the Premier League scoring record currently held by Alan Shearer, who scored 260 goals for Blackburn and Newcastle. The Bayern striker has 213 Premier League goals from his time at Tottenham, meaning he would need several high-scoring seasons back in England to break the record. In 2023, Kane opened up about his thoughts on a potential move to United. Manchester United could finally oversee their dream signing of Harry Kane, albeit much later than they'd hoped. For successive years in the lead-up to his Tottenham Hotspur exit, the Red Devils were linked with Kane, with him being identified as the long-awaited solution to their ongoing centre-forward woes. Harry Kane swapped North London for Bavaria 2 years ago. That was until Bayern Munich came calling in 2023, and he decided to pull the curtains on his 19-year association with Spurs before leaving England entirely for a new venture in Germany. Whether it was the stature of a club like Bayern or the prospect of finally getting his hands on some silverware relatively quickly, Kane came to the conclusion that the Bundesliga was the most suitable place to play out the next chapter of his career. Unsurprisingly, his world-class goal-scoring form has only continued abroad. In recent years, Kane has broken records to become England's all-time top scorer 74, and Spurs, having left with 280 goals in 435 appearances. He also overtook Wayne Rooney to rank second place in the Premier League's goal-scorer rankings, sitting behind Alan Shearer, 260, on 213. Perhaps that's why the Three Lions skipper is now said to be eyeing a return to home soil. He has unfinished business. According to German outlet Bild, the frontman could be available for a cut-price fee of £56.8 million at the end of the season, so long as he communicates his desire to leave to Bayern over the winter. Reports strongly suggest Kane would ideally make the move in the aftermath of the 2026 World Cup, and Old Trafford has been deemed one of his most likely destinations. Ineos did grant Ruben Amorim an entirely new frontline over the summer window with the additions of Brian Buemo, Benjamin Sesko and Matheus Cunha. However, training and playing with such a renowned number 9 like Kane could do wonders for 22-year-old Sesko's development. Towards the end of the summer window, United were reportedly working on a deal to bring Danny Welbeck back to the theatre of dreams. With his Premier League experience, Welbeck could have been the ideal mentor for Sesko, but that move fell through. Whether the deal is revived in January remains to be seen. But will it, with the Harry Kane opportunity now there to be taken? Kane January opportunity. Bild have dropped an intriguing update on Bayern Munich's star striker. The German outlet reports, super striker Harry Kane, 32, has a release clause in his contract with the Munich team, and can leave the record champions in the summer under one condition. Well, that clause, worth £56.7 million, becomes active in the summer but only if Kane informs Bayern of his desire to leave before the end of the January window. Almost every top Premier League club will be tempted to make a move for the England international and lure him back to English soil. But United should be looking to win this race.